Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, we're going to be talking about a huge trade that was just announced between the Arizona Coyotes and the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchanging Phil Kessel and Alex Galchenyuk. This trade was just announced, and it's a huge trade for both Arizona and for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what are the trade details of this trade, and which team wins this trade, Arizona or Pittsburgh? Watch till the end to find out. Now, it only took us a week, but we get another blockbuster trade. We had the PK Subban trade, and now we have this gigantic one featuring Arizona and the Pittsburgh Penguins, featuring Phil Kessel, Alex Galchenyuk. What's not to love? Now, the trade details go as follows. It is not a one-for-one as we initially thought. It has another few pieces involved. Now, firstly, to the Arizona Coyotes goes Phil Kessel and a 2020 4th-round pick. It might be 2021. It wasn't exactly clarified what year that 4th-round pick was, but it likely will be 2020. Going back to the Pittsburgh Penguins is Alex Galchenyuk and Pierre-Oliver Joseph. This trade is gigantic for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, you got Phil Kessel, you got Alex Galchenyuk, two big household names. While both didn't really have the greatest seasons with their respective teams, they both have a ton of talent, especially offensively. And again, I want to say this is a blockbuster trade, but it's as close to one as you could possibly get between Arizona and Pittsburgh. Phil Kessel's been rumored to be to a different team for pretty much the last 2 years now. It's been rumored that he'd be going pretty much to another team when he joined Pittsburgh. That's how early these trade rumors became. We had a lot of rumors last year about him going to the Arizona Coyotes. That was a gigantic rumor right there. And we always thought that Phil Kessel would eventually be traded. We saw a huge rumor of him going possibly to the Minnesota Wild, possibly in exchange for a guy like Jason Zucker. That would have been amazing for Pittsburgh. But of course, we all know Phil Kessel declined that offer. He did not want to join the Minnesota Wild, but looks like he'll be an Arizona Coyote, which is apparently what he wants. And honestly, for Phil Kessel, I would definitely rather take the Arizona Coyotes than the Minnesota Wild. Yes, the Arizona Coyotes haven't made the playoffs in a long time, but they're in a much better position, I would say, than the Minnesota Wild. So I think that's a smart move, and for Phil Kessel, he'll be an excellent piece in Arizona. A guy that can bounce back. Maybe he won't be as trash defensively next year for Arizona. That's what I'm hoping for right there. And offensively, of course, we've seen how good he can be in the last few years. So for Arizona, adding that top six piece, they really do need. That's a household name, and maybe the most well-known player on their team already. But for the Pittsburgh Penguins, a team that pretty much had no leverage in a deal, got a pretty solid one. Again, they were trying to get Jason Zucker. That would have been amazing. But to get Alex Galchenyuk and Pierre-Oliver Joseph, it's not a bad return whatsoever. Now, I'm mainly looking at Pierre-Oliver Joseph. I'm a pretty big fan of him prospect-wise. He's pretty young, defensive prospect, very, very solid defensively, and probably will be in the AHL for the next couple of years before he goes to the NHL, but probably will be a top six guy, I think, in the NHL someday. And that's pretty solid for Pittsburgh getting back. Again, when it comes to Alex Galchenyuk and Phil Kessel, they're pretty radically different players, but really not on the ice when it comes to results. They're both kind of bad defensively, pretty solid offensively, and definitely have a lot of talent to offer. When it came to Alex Galchenyuk, his first year in Arizona was not pretty to say the least. He had a couple of injuries which did set him back, but overall it was not good whatsoever. He was an absolute pylon defensively, could not do anything, and the offense didn't nearly make up for it. He was decent, he had some spurts where he was pretty good, but just never was really going up to the hype that he had coming from Montreal. But in Pittsburgh, that could be a different story. Playing alongside of guys like Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel potentially, I can definitely see a fit there, especially if he decides to play wing full-time. In the end, while this is a fairly similar trade for both teams, I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Penguins actually end up winning this deal. Again, having basically no leverage on the Phil Kessel deal, miraculously still able to get a decent defensive prospect like Pierre-Oliver Joseph, and a solid player if he rebounds like Alex Galchenyuk. Obviously, Phil Kessel is an amazing name. The guy is an absolute stud, and in Arizona, I think he'll fit quite well. But long-term, Galchenyuk is younger. Pierre-Oliver Joseph will probably be an NHL player in the future. I think long-term this does work for Pittsburgh. Maybe short-term it's better for Arizona, but I think overall it's a win for the Pittsburgh Penguins. With this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So let me know what you think about this blockbuster trade between Arizona and Pittsburgh, Phil Kessel and Alex Galchenyuk being exchanged, and of course the big question on to you, which team do you think wins this trade, Arizona or Pittsburgh? But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my NHL Rumor Roundup surrounding the big names of free agency. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on this crazy trade and who you think won this trade. And I'll see you guys next video or stream. Goodbye.